Anyone? Sir? Mm-hmm. Again, the biggest issues are the minimums. There's also, they're attacking the shows. Let me tell you also, in what they call givebacks. We have bargained for 75 years with the League of American Theaters and Producers. They suggested from the outset that Local 1 was just going to give a concessionary agreement. And we have said, again, my position was heard many, many times. We know what we need to do to be honorable. We ask for you to be honorable. And that honor means you make exchanges. All right? We are not prepared on behalf of the people that we need to protect and the kids that they need to take care of to just say, okay, we'll give it to you and we get nothing in return. They'll do that with some of the smaller locals because they can get away with it. They're not going to get away with it with us because we need to protect ourselves and we have the capabilities to do so. But, you know, concessions are necessary when you can deal with it. With the amount of concessions they're asking, they have to give things back. Even for things that you might think are unreasonable, for us it still means income. It means income. They have to make up for that loss of income. Because when somebody's making $50,000, you know, one day, and they're down to $30,000 the next day due to the negotiation, it's still $20,000 lost and their life is tossed upside down. We're not going to apologize for that. We have to defend that. So if they want that $20,000 of relief somewhere, they better find some exchange somewhere else where that person's life is not going to be disrupted. They got to find $20,000 in exchange. Another union would cave because they would have to, because they're not capable to go out and exercise their legal rights. That's not us. We're going to go out and defend our membership. They got to come up with an exchange rather than just saying, give it to us because we're who we are and we just want it and you're not getting anything in return. We've given them opportunities for exchanges. They just don't like them. Everything we've done, back and forth, they come back and say, thank you for giving us this, now we want more. I say, okay, what have you offered to us? We don't have anything, we just want you to keep giving.
It sounds like the two sides are very far apart. So realistically, you see this lasting through the holidays, and that might be when you might be able to.
My suggestion is this, as I've said earlier, and I appreciate the question, because we do have concerns for everybody. We know what we do affects everyone's lives. One, it is not going to serve my membership to go in there angry while they continue to disrespect us with feather bedding. They should stay out of the press. Like we said from the outset, you know what, we appreciate the media, we appreciate that everybody needs to understand what's going on, but there's a point where it's honor at the table and you hash out the things that both sides can understand. We are not coming to the table with feather bedding and attacks on my local. I am not going to do that. I'm not going to have my members screaming while we go in there. They should put it all aside and be gentlemen and gentlewomen, go to the table and we hash it out. If they tell me that the stuff that's still on the table when we left there the other day that enraged everybody is still there, we're not coming to the table. Again, this hasn't been 2 or 3 weeks, you know, or 5 or 6 weeks. This has been going on for months. These are folks that started a $20 million fund and challenged us 3 years ago. These are the same folks that said on September 7th, if we don't have a deal September 30th, we're going to reckon with you. And we went right through the deadline, and they put another deadline, and they put another deadline. We don't need deadlines. We never said, do this or else. We just said, we're looking for a deal. As gentlemen, as professionals, we know what our industry is. These people did not understand that. And you know what? We need to defend our families, and we took action. And I'm very proud of what my membership's chosen to do. And I'm even more proud of our brothers and sisters out there who understand what we need to do. Because you know what? They're out there and they're holding hands with us. They're singing to us. The cast are singing. Because you know what? They know it's going to be them next. They're going to go after you if you're not able to protect yourselves. And I want to demonstrate to everyone in the theatrical community, we're going to defend ourselves. And when you need to defend yourselves, we're going to be there with you. They're coming after all of us. That's what they're doing. This gentleman, sir, I want everybody to get their shot. Go ahead.
You didn't put a timetable on it. Is it not possible to say when because it's up to the next meeting there?
I'm going to offer no comment on that. I'm not going to go to the table with feather bedding and calling my people. I mean, we want respect at the table. If there's no respect at the table, they will not see Local 1 there. We're going to deal respectfully at the table. Sir? First of all, we are going to come back to the table at some point. Broadway has to continue, and we understand that. But again, just show honor. The lack of respect is something that we're not going to deal with. All right? As far as the contract, if they continue to handle, I mean, we think every time, again, this is 22, 23 meetings we've been in, and we still go back and forth, you know, and we still compromise, and we still give, and we still get returned the same stuff that we were getting from day one. And I'm not going to, you know, it's not productive. It's just not productive for us. They need to make a constructive adjustment in their counter. If they do not make a constructive adjustment, we will make ourselves productive and constructive on the streets on Broadway. Sir, I would love to answer that question. You know, out of fairness to everybody, we need to find a way to get to the table and make a deal, but they're not giving us the avenue to do so. We need to stay out to protect ourselves and protect everybody that's coming after us and let them know that they're not going to do this. They need to be productive. That's exactly, I can't answer that. We're going to do what it takes. I had one of the theater owners give me winter gloves during the meeting. They try to provoke us to strike for weeks and weeks and weeks. Why do you implement a group that you know is capable of taking you on if you don't want them to strike? They wanted public support. You saw in the press about lockout, lockout, lockout. They wanted us on the street. And then they implemented on us without bargaining. There's no honor in that. None. And we went to the table and we weren't happy about it. There was no honor in implementing on us. And for them to put their hands up and say, how come you struck us? You've been implemented on my membership, you show no honor at the table, and you give us the same garbage the other day. And let me tell you the ultimate disrespect. We're at the table on Thursday evening, the night of Young Frankenstein opening. We're at the table. They're gonna offer us a counter, but the theater owners didn't see the need in the face of a labor dispute to be at the table because they all went to the opening of Young Frankenstein. We all had tickets invited to go to Young Frankenstein. You know where we were? We were at the table trying to avoid a labor dispute. The theater owners were at Young Frankenstein.